Faiza put some more tiny carrot cubes on the plate. "Here we go, sweetie," she drawled and dropped the small pot on the counter. It felt like a ton, everything did. She sat with the baby on her lap. Rest, precious sleep was what she wanted. She looked at the microwave clock and smiled at Benny, masking the irritation coursing through her. 5 o'clock. Where is your father? A knock at the door served as her answer. She raised and lumbered on heavy legs to the entry. He better not try to give me that face. It might work on his mother, but not me. Mansour rushed in, giving salams. Please, forgive me. He turned, his gray eyes in puppy dog mode. She tapped her bare foot on the floor and bounced Benny on one hip. For real, Mansour? I got here as soon as I could. The full bottom lip over his black beard poked out, adorable and kissable. That's what it was. She put the baby against his chest. You know very well that I'm off my game without sleep. I do. You get cranky. He tilted his head and smiled. Like now? She put a hand on her hip. You really want to go there? He laughed and walked to the kitchen table. Oh, no, nothing good for me there. I'm sorry. He hooked the diaper bag on his shoulder. I'll just take Benny and go. He gazed down at the plate. Looks delicious. Is that meatloaf? She shook her head. So what if it is? I love your meatloaf. Too bad. She tried her best to stay angry, but she knew Mansour liked her meatloaf, which is the reason she defrosted it. Yeah, he was a married man, but he was still her childhood friend. The last attempt to soften her up came in a boyish frown. You're going to just turn me out without at least a piece? He held out his free hand. Here, put a little in my palm, then I won't make any dishes. She walked to an oak wall cabinet. Sit your pitiful butt down. One piece, then you have to go. Yes, my dear sister. Mansour unbuttoned the cream cardigan hugging his torso and tossed it over the living room sofa. She prepared another plate and gave it to him, bouncing the baby on his leg, looking triumphant. Kick herself, that's what she should do for giving him what he wanted, but she had to admit that she was glad to have him there. So, how was your first day? He broke off a hunk of meat and held the fork in front of his lips. Alhamdulillah, I missed teaching a lot. It's a little strange instructing younger students, but as long as I make history interesting, I think I'll survive. She giggled. How many months has it been since you taught? He glanced at her and scraped the fork across the plate. Do you mean since I've been out of a job? It's been 2 years since the college booted me without a pen or anything. Isn't that why they hire adjuncts, so they can dump them whenever they want? He nodded, and pay them crap. Professors make so much more for less work, but I loved what I did until they tossed me out of it. He chomped on another hunk of meatloaf. Sorry, he mumbled through his dinner. I'm bitter. Sympathy welled in her. I understand. I would be so mad if anyone told me I couldn't do my job anymore. Look at it this way. You have a new one where Allah wants you to be. He nodded. True. I just wish Zainab hadn't gone MIA the day I started. Did you contact her? I haven't tried. I was so busy starting work and then trying to get you. He scratched the back of his head. Get Benny. He ate the last morsel of meatloaf and rose. We should go so you can rest. She wanted to stop him, but another yawn reminded her she better catch a few Z's before the night shift.